गुड मॉर्निंग स्टूडेंट्स। आज हम पढ़ेंगे ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिक लिमिट्स के बारे में। सो हियर वी हैव टू फॉर्मूलाज। लिमिट थीटा अप्रोचेस टू 0 sin theta upon theta, and this is equal to 1. Same is true for tangent theta, that is tan theta upon theta. If theta approaches to 0, the answer is 1. In place of theta we can use x or a, b, c, etc. anything. Angle must be same. So like in the question, evaluate limit x approaches to 0 sin 3x upon sin 5x. So what we have to do, limit x approaches 0 sin 3x. So here the angle is 3x, so we need to make it 3x in the denominator. So it is 5x, so we write it as 1 upon 5. x को sin 3x के साथ रखेंगे and we multiply and divide by 3 here in order to make the same angle. Like here sin theta upon theta, so here angle is sin with sin is 3x, sin 3x, so we need to make angle 3x. For that we multiply and divide by 3, so the answer is now 3 by 5, and this whole term using this formula equals to 1, so we get 3 upon 5. So when x approaches to 0, you can write 3x also approaches to 0, because this is neighborhood values of 0. So answer is 3 upon 5 using the formula limit x approaches to 0 sin x upon x, which is 1. So this is very simple. Let's do one more question. Again we are going to use the same formula. Limit x approaches 0 sin x upon x equal to 1, and same is true for limit x approaches 0 tangent x upon x. Okay, so here we have limit x approaches 0 7x cos x minus 3 sin x. So in order to make this form sin x upon x, we need to divide numerator and denominator by x. So we get limit x approaches 0 7 cos x minus 3 sin x upon x, dividing numerator and denominator by x. So now the question is reduced to the standard form. We can put limit. So cos 0, this is 1, so 7 into 3, you can write limit x approaches 0 sin x upon x. Upon here I have directly put x equal to 0 and cos 0 is 1, so this is 4 plus limit x approaches 0 tangent x upon x, which is also 1, so we get 7 minus 3 upon 4 plus 1, which is 4 by 5. So this is the answer. Let's move to next question. Question third, we have limit x approaches 0 root 2 minus square root of 1 plus cos x upon sin square x. So 1 plus cos x, you know, we always use formula of cos 2x. In place of 1 plus cos x, we shall use 2 cos square x by 2, and for 1 minus cos x, we have already studied this in trigonometry, 2 sin square x by 2. So here we write limit x approaches 0 square root of 2 into, we write 2 cos square x by 2 upon sin square x. Now taking root 2 common, so here we get 1 minus cos x by 2 upon sin square x. Now 1 minus cos x is equal to 2 sin square x by 2. So here angle is x by 2, so in the right hand side it will be x by 4. So limit x approaches to 0 root 2 into, here we get 2 sin square x by 4 upon sin square x, because here angle is x by 2, so it becomes x square by sin square x by 4. Now limit x approaches to 0, so we write it as root 2 into 2, and this is sine square x by 4 into 1 upon sine square x. Now in order to make the formula limit x approaches 0, sine x upon x equal to 1, we should have same angle in the denominator. So this is root 2 into 2. So here what we do, look, this is a square of ratio. So you have to keep it in mind whenever you have square and cube of the ratio. So same is to be taken for the angle. Here angle is x by 4. So if you have to square this angle, that is x square by 16. Now divide this term sin square x by 4 by x square by 16 and multiply it by x square by 16. Same is for 1 upon sin square x. So here angle is x, so we multiply it by x square and divide by x square. Why we have done this? So that we can write this whole term as sin x by 4 upon x by 4 whole square. Alright, x square by 16 means x by 4 whole square. So look, now this x square goes off with this one, and this is root 2 into 2 upon 16, this one, and here we write limit x approaches to 0 sin x by 4 upon x by 4 whole square, and when x is approaching 0 you can write x by 4 also approaches to 0, and this one is limit x approaches to 0 sin x upon x whole square. I hope you got this point, why we have multiplied and divided by x square by 16 so that we can make the same angle. Here we have square of the ratio. If it happens cube of the ratio, then we will do x upon 4 whole cube, that is x cube upon 64. Now this term is equal to 1 and this is equal to 1 using this formula limit x approaches to 0 sin x upon x, and we are left with only root 2 upon this is 8, and after rationalization this we can write it as 1 upon 4 root 2, or you can combine all the powers of 2 as you like it. I hope this is clear to you. Let's move to one more question. Limit x approaches to 0 cos 3x minus cos 5x upon x square. So here we can apply the formula of cos c minus cos d. So let's do it. Limit x approaches to 0. So cos c minus cos d is 2 sin c plus d, that is 3x plus 5x upon 2 into sin d minus c, it is 5x minus 3x upon 2 whole divided by x square, and this term is equal to, now this is 2, this is 8x by 2, that is sin 4x into this is 2x by 2, that is sin x. Now we have x square in the denominator, so we can split this x square as x into x, 1x below 4 sin 4x and 1 below sin x. Now we can separate limits to limit x approaches to 0 sin 4x upon, now in order to make same angle in the denominator we multiply and divide by 4, and the limit of second term limit x approaches to 0 sin x upon x. Now this term equal to 1, this is equal to 1, so we get 2 into 4 equal to 8, and this is our answer. So you have to keep in mind all the formulas of trigonometry which you have already studied. Let's move to next question. Question number 5. Here we have limit x approaches to 0, 1 minus cos 2x upon 3 tan square x. So again we are using formula for cos 2x, which is cos 2x equal to 1 minus 2 sin square x. So 1 minus cos 2x equal to 2 sin square x. We have already used this formula with the angle x, 1 minus cos x. So we write it as limit x approaches to 0. So this becomes 2 sin square x upon 3 tan square x. Now taking 2 by 3 out, we write limit x approaches 0. Now dividing both numerator and denominator by x square, so that we can apply the formula sin x upon x and tan x upon x. So separating the limits, we get limit x approaches 0 sin x upon x whole square, and same in the denominator, limit x approaches 0 tan x upon x whole square. Now both these terms are equal to 1. So what do we get? 2 by 3. And the question is done. Okay, let's move to next question. I hope this is clear to you. So here we have square root of 1 minus cos 6x upon root 2 pi by 3 minus x. चलिए इसको करते हैं. So limit x approaches pi by 3, 1 minus cos 6x upon root 2 into pi by 3 minus x. Okay, if you put x equal to pi by 3 here in numerator and denominator, you'll get 0 upon 0 form, like pi by 3. So this will be cos 90, which is 0. So this is not defined when the denominator is 0. So here we can use substitution. So I'm going to put pi by 3 minus x equal to h. So here we put h equals to pi by 3 minus x. So as x approaches pi by 3, h approaches 0. So 6x then equals to, it becomes 2 pi minus 6h. 6x equal to 2 pi minus 6x. Therefore this term reduces to limits. Limit h approaches to 0, 1 minus, this is cos 2 pi minus 6h whole under the root upon, this is root 2 into h. Now we use formula of cos 2x, limit h approaches 0. So here we get, first we can change cos 360 minus theta, that is cos 360 minus theta, value goes into the fourth quadrant, so it is cos theta. So here we get cos 6h upon root 2 h. Now we can apply 1 minus cos 2x formula here. So this becomes 2 sin square 3h upon root 2h. So this is equal to limit h approaches to 0. Root 2h is cancelled from this side. So here we have sin square, sorry, this is not square here, with root it is cancelled. So sin 3h upon h. So now question is quite simple. We can multiply and divide by 3, so that angle in the denominator is, term in denominator is same as the angle. So this is 3 into 1, 3. So whenever you have factor like this, so you can use substitution method to evaluate the limit. Let's move to next question. Next question is limit x approaches to pi by 8 cot 4x minus cos 4x upon pi minus 8x whole cube. So again I'm going to put h equals to pi minus 8x. So as x approaches pi by 8, we have h approaches 0, and angle in the numerator is 4x. So value of 4x becomes 4x equal to pi by 2 minus h by 2. From this term you can divide by 2, so you get 4x equal to pi by 2 minus h by 2. So here we have limit x approaches, not x, since variable is changed, so we write limit h approaches 0, and this is cot 90 minus h by 2 minus cos pi by 2 minus h by 2. Okay, and this is h cube here. So using trigonometric concept, this is cot 90 minus h by 2 is tangent h by 2 minus this is sine h by 2 upon h cube. So simplifying this term, we can write tangent as sine by cos, that is sine h by 2 upon cos h by 2 upon h cube. So literal mole simplification, so we write sine h by 2 as common, and in the bracket we get 1 minus cos h by 2 upon cos h by 2 whole upon h cube. Further, this is limit h approaches 0. This is sine h by 2. I am going to write 1h below this term, sine h by 2, because this is h cube, so we can write it as h into h into h. So 1h is adjusted with sine h by 2, and 1 minus cos h. So limit h approaches 0. 1 minus cos h is 2 sine square h by 4. Already we have used this, upon h square. It was h cube, h is taken out and h square is with this term, and the one more term, there is one more term which is 1 upon cos h by 2. Limit h approaches 0. When h approaches 0, h by 2 also approaches to 0. Okay, now here we have angle h by 2. So for that we multiply denominator and divide denominator by 2. So from the first term we get 1 upon 2 limit h by 2 approaches to 0 sine h upon 2 over h upon 2. From second term, here we have angle h by 4. H by 4. So as I told you earlier, we need to square this term, that is square of h by 4, which is h square by 16. So we have to multiply and divide by this. We already have h square here, so we can multiply and divide this term by 16. So 2 by 16, that is 1 by 8 here. So this term is written as limit h by 4 approaches to 0 sine h by 4 upon h by 4 whole square. This is h square by 16. Into this term, cos h by 2 approaches 0, you can write cos 0 is 1. So now we have this term equals to 1. This is again equal to 1. So 1 by 2 into 1 by 8, that is 1 by 16. And this is the answer. So you have to keep in mind all the formulas of trigonometry. Let's do one more question. Here we have cos x minus cos a upon square root of x minus square root of a, and limit x approaches to a. So surely we are going to apply the formula cos x minus cos a, because this is the only option coming out in the mind. So we have limit x approaches to a. So side by side I am going to rationalize this denominator also. So here I write root x plus root a upon, this is a square minus b square becomes x minus a into cos c minus cos d. So I write it as 2 sin x plus a by 2, that is sin c plus d by 2, into sin, since we have x minus a here, so I'm going to write x minus a upon 2, though it is sin d minus c, but for c minus d we write minus sign here. If you remember the formula cos c minus cos d, this is equal to 2 sin c plus d upon 2 into sin d minus c upon 2 to avoid the negative sign. And if you write c minus d here, you have to put minus sign in front of this form. So that's what I have used here. Now question is simple. We have to just adjust the terms. First term is root x plus root a into, this is minus 2 into limit x approaches a sin x plus a upon 2 into limit x approaches a. Now this factor in the denominator x minus a is adjusted with the last term, that is sin x minus a upon 2 whole upon x minus a. Now the angle with sin is x minus a upon 2, but in the denominator we have only x minus 2, so we are going to divide and multiply it by 2. So this 2 goes off with this one, minus sign in front of this, so x approaches to a, this is a here, so a root a plus root a, this is 2 into square root of a, and this term becomes here x approaches to a plus a, 2a by 2, that is sin a, and this term is equal to 1 using the formula sin x upon x limit x approaches to 0, this is 1. So for our final answer is minus 2 square root of a into sin a. I hope these questions are clear to you, students. You need to be familiar with the trigonometric formulas you have already studied, otherwise you will keep on pondering on the formulas. So you need to practice more and more so that you can easily solve the questions. In the next lecture we will do more questions on the trigonometric limits. So till then, have a good day, take care.